Welcome to a very quick first look at a Mainland Cedar Baritone ukulele. I'm coming to you from Nashville, Indiana, which is the home of Mainland ukuleles, and I'm here to just attend part of the Ukulele World Congress, which is held just outside of town. And one of my promises was that when I made it to Nashville, Indiana, I would stop by Mainland and I would buy a Mainland. So that's what I did today. Mainland has the very distinctive rope binding, although there are other manufacturers that sell it like that, and they do have some models without it. It's pretty much their signature look. I love the baritone, and if you notice this, I'll talk about that in a second, as well as some scratching. I don't know if you can see the scratching. I don't think you can on the gloss there. But this is their baritone cedar ukulele, and it's one of their seconds. And this one was marked down because of that little gloss, not really a gloss imperfection, but a finish. They didn't get the full orange there, so there's a little light spot there. And there's also some really light scratching. There it is, you can see it right there. I've wanted a Mainland for a couple of reasons for a while. I'll just share those with you before I talk about the ukulele anymore. First of all, Mike Hader, who owns Mainland, he is well known in the ukulele community for doing good things for other people. He started this company on his own. They import them from China, and he goes there a couple times a year, and they get 3 to 4 shipments a year of different size of ukuleles, and they're all solid wood, with the exception of their new bass ukulele, which is laminate back and sides. But this is all solid wood. So if you look at comparative instruments from other manufacturers, the pricing is very good. There are some companies that will go lower, but again, Mike really stands behind the quality of his products, and even the seconds he sells have to withstand rigorous kind of expectations. On the inside, it's unfinished, but quite lovely. It has notch kerfing on the inside. I don't think I can get that lighting here at this time of day outside. And this one happens to be a solid cedar top, rosewood back and sides. That rosewood is just gorgeous, and I believe a mahogany neck. You can see the joints. There's one straight one there, and then there's a joint right here at the heel with a little bit of a rosewood plate, the Mainland logo, and all that rope binding. It might even be purfling, rope purfling there, and then the binding of, not sure what that wood is. I think that's just the natural, another strip of rosewood that goes around. So Mike helps out people. He's been well known to, at ukulele events, donate ukuleles to be given away at donations. There have been situations where people have had ukuleles stolen, and he's donated one to replace it. He has done a lot with like Kiva loans, where he encourages people to loan people money in a microloan so that then they get paid back and then they loan out again, changing the world that way. It's just lots of ways. He helps schools. My friend Paul Marchese has an entire set of Mainlands that he received at basically a donation price for what these are for a solid wood ukulele. And he even donated 4 ukuleles to our school a few years ago. So all those things together, I've always wanted a Mainland. They're well known in the ukulele world, but what's interesting is you're not going to see him advertising online. You're not going to see him advertising on Facebook. Mike just doesn't market in that way. In fact, his big marketing weekend is this weekend with Ukulele World Congress, where people come from all over just to play, jam, and sing through the weekend. So let's see, what else? This one has a rosewood bridge and fretboard as well. There are no side dots on the side, which is interesting, but that's okay. And there are the markers on the front. Now, for the record, I'm not a big fan of wound strings, so I've already ordered Ken Middleton fluorocarbon strings. They typically go with wound strings on D and G on most baritone sets because they're thinner, but I happen to like the all fluorocarbon sound. I also don't like the squeak of a metal string. And that's nothing wrong with Mainland. That's how you're going to find every baritone ukulele on the market. But here's kind of what it sounds like. So this one normally sells for $350 online. The case is normally another $100. I was able to buy this second unit with the case for $315, which is a substantial discount. Now, some people want a perfect instrument, and I'm not really worried about that. I like a very good-looking instrument, but I also realize that I'm buying a player, and it's likely to get scratched or dropped. Some things are not going to stay in pristine shape as much as I try. So these imperfections make this unique, and it makes it something that I'll never ever want to give away. Also, if you're going to buy one of these, I can't encourage you to get a case enough. If you don't want to spend the money on the nicer case, and this one I really like the padding on it, you can get them online on eBay and so forth, but when you have a solid wood ukulele, you're going to want to humidify that thing in the winter, and something like a baritone in particular, where you start spending some real money on a ukulele. You know, granted, $50 for some people is a lot of money, but when you get into the $300 range, that's where most people would say that you're actually spending money on an instrument. So when you're spending that much on a solid wood instrument, you might as well make sure to humidify it when the humidity drops. So that's my Mainland Baritone Cedar ukulele, Cedar and Rosewood. And if you haven't checked out Mainland ukuleles, this is not a sponsored ad in any way, but go to mainlandukes.com. If you're interested in a second unit, feel free to email them, and Mike will be certainly able to let you know what he has available, and we'll be happy to work with you with one of those as well. And as always, remember, ukulele, it's all about you.